Have you ever stopped and wondered what your mind actually feels like from the inside? Not your brain as an organ, but your inner world. The place where memory lives, where emotions rise, where old pain echoes, and where resilience is quietly built day by day. Because here's the strange truth. Even if two people live in the same house, eat the same food, and go through the same event, they may not experience reality in the same way at all. One person sees vivid mental pictures, another hears an inner voice, another feels thoughts more like movement, sensation, or intuition than language. And that matters more than most people realize, because the way your mind processes life shapes how you remember, how you recover, how you connect, and how you heal. So in this video, we are going to explore why your mind is weirder than you think, what memory and resilience really are, and how understanding your inner world can make you mentally stronger in everyday life. In lifestyle medicine, we often talk about sleep, movement, stress, nutrition, relationships, and emotional health. But underneath all of that sits one invisible factor: the mind that interprets your life. Your mind is not just a storage unit for memories. It is an active meaning-making system. It filters what feels safe, what feels threatening, what deserves attention, and what story you tell yourself about who you are. That is why two people can face the same setback: a breakup, burnout, illness, rejection, grief, and move through it very differently. Resilience is not about pretending nothing hurts. It is about how the mind adapts, reorganizes, and keeps going through challenge. And the more you understand how your mind works, the more skillfully you can care for it. One of the most fascinating ideas in the transcript is that minds may have evolved as a kind of gap between sensation and action. In very simple life forms, input and output are tightly linked. Sense something, react immediately. But as nervous systems became more complex, organisms gained a pause, a tiny internal space where information could be processed before action happened. That pause may be one of the foundations of what we call mind. And if you think about it, that same pause still sits at the center of mental health today. Resilience often lives in the gap between trigger and response. The insult comes, the disappointment hits, the fear rises, and somewhere in that split second, the mind can either run an old survival script or begin choosing a wiser response. That is why practices like mindfulness, reflection, therapy, deep breathing, and emotional labeling matter. They strengthen the space between what happens to you and what you do next, which supports coping and adaptation. Even very simple creatures show basic forms of learning and memory. The transcript points to roundworms with only 302 neurons that can retain simple memory traces which alter behavior for a limited time. That reminds us that memory did not begin as nostalgia. Memory began as survival. Remember where danger was. Remember where food was. Remember what to avoid. In humans, that same survival system is still active. Your brain and mind remember emotionally loaded experiences because they may help protect you later. This is useful when it helps you learn. It becomes difficult when painful experiences keep replaying in ways that trap you in vigilance, shame, or fear. So memory is not just a record of the past. It is a prediction tool for the future, and resilience includes learning how to update those predictions so your past does not control your present. The transcript uses bees, octopuses, and birds to show that minds can emerge in very different forms. Bees can build mental maps and navigate large spaces using remembered information and environmental cues, which suggests more than a simple reflex system. Octopuses distribute much of their neural processing through their arms, hinting that intelligence and experience may not look anything like ours. Birds such as scrub jays appear able to track time, remember food quality, and even behave differently when another bird may be watching them. Why should a mental health audience care? Because these examples remind us not to define intelligence too narrowly. Mental strength is not only fast thinking or verbal skill. It can also be flexibility, social awareness, body intelligence, environmental awareness, and adaptive behavior. In other words, resilience is not one trait. It is a pattern of adaptation. And humans also have multiple pathways to adaptation: cognitive, emotional, social, behavioral, and spiritual. According to the transcript, one of the striking features of the human mind is not just that we experience the world, but that we model other minds inside our own. We think about what other people feel. We think about what they think about us. We imagine how they interpreted what we said. We build entire inner simulations of social life. This ability helps us cooperate, form moral systems, raise children, build communities, and tell stories. But it also creates vulnerability. The same social mind that gives us empathy can also give us rumination, embarrassment, social anxiety, comparison, and fear of judgment. So your mind is powerful, but not neutral. It is constantly interpreting social reality. That means one major part of resilience is learning to notice when your mind is accurately reading a situation and when it is filling in the blanks with fear, rejection, or old emotional memory. The transcript makes a beautiful point. Humans do not just remember events, we imagine motives, meanings, alternatives, and inner experiences around those events. That means memory is deeply tied to storytelling. You are not only remembering what happened, you are remembering what you think it meant. And that is where mental health can either suffer or strengthen. If your internal story becomes, "I failed, so I am broken," that memory becomes heavy and identity-based. If the story becomes, "That was painful, but I learned, adapted, and kept going," the same event can become a resilience-building memory. This does not mean forced positivity. It means healthier interpretation. Psychological resilience involves adapting to difficult experiences with mental, emotional, and behavioral flexibility, and those capacities can be cultivated. So one practical lifestyle medicine question is not only, "What happened to me?" It is also, "What story is my mind repeating about what happened to me?" The transcript argues that the human mind is, in many ways, collaborative and shaped by countless other minds through language, culture, and story. That idea fits strongly with modern mental health understanding. Protective factors include positive social interactions, strong community ties, emotional skills, and supportive environments. In other words, resilience is rarely a solo achievement. We often imagine mentally strong people as totally independent, but many people become resilient because they were listened to, believed, guided, loved, mentored, or given structure during hard seasons. Your nervous system learns safety in relationships. Your identity is shaped in relationships. And often your healing is strengthened in relationships too. So when you protect your community, ask for help, or stay connected during stress, that is not weakness. That is mental health behavior. If the mind is where memory, meaning, and adaptation meet, then daily habits matter more than we think. Lifestyle medicine for mental well-being is not just about avoiding illness. It is about building conditions that support a steadier, more flexible inner world. That can include sleep that helps emotional regulation and cognitive recovery, because a tired mind becomes more reactive and less reflective. Physical activity that helps regulate stress and improve mental well-being as part of broader health-supporting behavior. Quiet reflection practices, including mindfulness, prayer, breathing, or journaling, which strengthen the pause between stress and response. Supportive relationships that reduce isolation and increase resilience resources. Reducing overload, because chronic stress can make the mind operate in constant protection mode rather than growth mode. These habits do not make life painless. They make adaptation more possible. So what do you do with all of this today? Start simple. The next time you feel overwhelmed, pause and ask 3 questions. What am I feeling right now? What story is my mind telling? What response would help me, not just protect me? That small check-in can shift you from automatic reaction to intentional adaptation, which is one of the core moves of resilience. You can also build memory in your favor by deliberately noticing evidence of coping. I got through that conversation. I rested instead of spiraling. I asked for support. I did not give up. Those moments matter because resilience grows not only from major victories, but from repeated experiences of adaptation. Your mind is strange, private, social, and incredibly powerful. It carries memory, predicts danger, creates stories, imagines other people's thoughts, and helps shape the life you are able to live. But the most hopeful part is this: resilience is not reserved for a few unusually strong people. It is a process of adaptation that can be practiced and supported. So take care of your inner world. Protect your attention. Strengthen your daily habits. Choose better stories when they are true. Stay connected to people who help you remember who you are. Because your mind may be weirder than you think, but it may also be more capable of healing than you realize.